Good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to your very own podcast, The Orion Show. Myself and Mol Gandhi, a business developer at Space Station Automation Private Limited, we welcome you to The Orion Show. Speaking on behalf of the firm, I welcome all the chief guests and participants and also thank them out for taking out time from their busy schedules to be present here. I welcome Dr. Sandhya Ravi, Mr. Ankit Gupta, Mrs. Deveshwita Basu. We are gathered here for this webinar to discuss about how automation, IoT, and AI support physiotherapy. Along with that, furthermore, we'll discuss how automation can help your business grow. Without further delay, let's talk about the code of conduct. To maintain decorum, we have muted everyone right now, but if you have any doubts or queries, please drop your message in the comment section and we will ask them on your behalf. Till then, please be patient. Also, once the speakers are done, everyone here will have an opportunity to speak and express their thoughts. Once the session is concluded, the video recording of the session will be uploaded to social media. Along with that, the podcast will be available on major streaming platforms. Without any further delay, now I would like to call Mr. Ankit Gupta, who is a BTech in Computer Science from IP University in India and MSc in Autonomous Vehicles from Cranfield University in United Kingdom, currently holding the position of an assistant professor at IILM University and also the founder of Space Station Automation Private Limited. Sir, please enlighten us with your thoughts and take the session forward by describing the automation industry for us.
So, welcome all of you, and thank you, Amol, for inviting me. Today, we are going to talk about the automation and the healthcare in detail. So, without further ado, we are just going to move forward with these slides. So, today, our main topic is going to be revolving around the automation and how it is going to be helpful for the physiotherapies and healthcare and clinics. Our main agenda, which will include the topics of like what is artificial intelligence, target industries, target increasing sales, our team, Space Orion, why Gen Orion, and what are our different products which are going to be available with the Gen Orion. So I'm going to start with the very brief about the artificial intelligence, like what it is. Basically, when we see artificial intelligence, it's something that we are looking forward to machines to be capable of doing things which humans can do as at the same time. They're looking forward to have the same kind of intelligence that just like the humans to machines must be having. We generally have this kind of science where we are looking forward to make computers smart. We require the humans to be removed from this loop where they are doing the same task again and again, and we want machines to be taking care of these repeated tasks. And this study of AI enables the humans to think even more logically to make these machines to become more smarter and intelligent. I remember few students asking me like, "Sir, when artificial intelligence is going to become more smarter than humans, like then what will happen? Like, does it allow to have the computers working for all the human beings, and the humans will become redundant? They will like there will be no requirement for them in the industry. They will have no job, but this is not going to be the case. The most important part about the AI is we are making machines smarter in such a way that they can reduce the repeated tasks which the humans are doing. We're putting machines in the loop and trying to reduce the human tasks which we are doing repeatedly. Just for an example, the making of coffee or making of tea requires a good amount of time for a human being to do that. Just for an example, if you're working and in the meantime you're feeling tired and you want to make tea for you, and just for that tea break, you have to have a break for 15 minutes of cooking the tea, and then 15 minutes of that like enjoying the tea. It's going to become double than that, and it's a kind of includes a kind of hard work. But if we are going to have the machines on that place which are going to make the coffee for you, you are going to save your 15 to 20 minutes, and you are going to save your hard work as well. So machines are not replacing humans. Machines are just doing the repetitive tasks which we humans are doing on a daily basis. They're just reducing our hard work. The machines, when the machines are going to become smarter, they are just going to reduce the work that they cannot take the place of the humans, because like, just how we are making machines smarter, we humans are also evolving at the same pace. our requirements are increasing day by day. We have more entertainment requirements, we have more computational requirements, we have more difficult problems on daily basis. Let's try to discuss the artificial intelligence in more detail in the coming slides. So to design the artificial intelligence in a such a way that it can work like a human being, we need to understand how the neural networks work. So basically, neural networks. When we talk about the neural networks, we are talking about the artificial neural network. Why we are talking about the artificial neural networks? Because we humans are very good in copying. Our science is based on how we copy the nature. So we are designing the neural network for the computers to make these computers smarter in such a way that how our brain works. Our brain works with billions of neurons transmitting data with the electrical signals, and they are transmitting data at such a huge speed that we cannot see any computer working at that speed at all. We can process billions of instructions within a second. Right now, we do not have these kind of computers which can actually process this much amount of information at one point in time. So we can see if we are copying the neural network, the natural neural network we humans have in the machine, and we are calling them the artificial neural network. What they are made up of is they are made up of artificial neurons, that artificial functions which are connected with each other. They are going to mimic the biological nature of decision taking, of interpreting the things, of analyzing the conditions. Just for an example, when we humans used to think, we have number of how let's say the tasks, the instructions that happens in our brain at the very moment. When we try to see an apple and compare like what exactly it is, our brain is actually working behind the scenes, trying to understand like if this is apple or this is some any other kind of fruit over there. Before even the fruit, it tries to analyze like what is the shape and size and the color and how it looks like and what are the different objects which looks like that, and did I had ever seen that before or not. Just for an example, I am confident in speaking in English and Hindi. So if I know the same apple is known as same in Hindi, so my brain is actually processing information in two different languages at the same time. So I hope you can understand the way of working, how the human brain works. In the very similar way or in the very similar fashion, we are designing the computers to work. So this is just a simple structure of a biological neuron. Let's see. Uh, on top we can see there are dendrites. Actually, there is something which connects with different parts of organs of the human body. They accept the input. Then we have soma. Soma is the part which is going to process the information, and it is going to more of like uh, let's say the part going to analyze the information. The first time it increase the increase the amplitude of the signal at the same time. These are the parts which are going to transmit data from one of the dendrite to the one of the neurons to the another. Maybe if the neuron is very long, these axons are. In the end, we have the synapses. They are going to be providing the electrochemical contact with. It's more of like the number of neurons are connected with each other, just from one part or one part of the body or from one of the organs. Just for an example, skin, with which uh, neurons are connected. Are, there are a number of neurons which are connected with each thing, and from one to the another. This is how the information is going to float to. Now let's see like how the artificial. So if we see, we are going to differentiate different parts, and we are going to compare the how let's say the biological neuron. So we can see that if there is start variables which are definitely the inputs here, x1, x2, x3. Then we have this going to provide them the weight, like what exactly what is the importance of that information. Then we have the dendrites which are going to connect the information to the soma, where we are going to find like the exact way is this information and where we have to process it. Do we have to increase the amplitude of this or not? And there will be the finally and this output may can be connected to the another neuron, which is going to process again and again. So based on the number of layers of these neurons, like the number of neurons that connected to each other, we can actually understand to have more number of neurons which are going deep each other. We can have a network which is going to become more and more and more complex. We know uh, the power of two are able to do number of uh, uh, not even the power to like the computer can actually just work with the concepts with 2 digits and a computer to like magics I say. All right, but in case we can see these neuron layers where they're processing information or isn't making becomes more complex and more let's say reliable.
It's an example of the real neuron, which is divided into several parts. On top, we can see these the dendrites. Dendrites are some which have a number of how let's say number of fingers which are spread to in the body in such a way that it receives the inputs, it receives the signals, it receives the changes in the environment. We have the soma, which it does what it does, like it processes that these inputs in such a way that like how they have to proceed further with the information. So once it is going to process this information, it is going to convert it into electrical signals. There are axons which are going to process these inputs into the how will I say the signal outputs. So once these signals are going to be taken care of, there are synapses with which these signals are going to be converted into electrochemical contact, and these are the contacts which are connected with other neurons as well. So what happens when you have a number of neurons in your body, they used to connect with each other, and these neurons are going to transmit the information from one neuron to another and to another to another and so on and so forth. So there are a number of neurons which are going to be connected together just to process and how will I say pass the information from one neuron to another neuron until unless it reaches to the brain. Now, similarly, we have the artificial neurons, which we develop in the computer systems, and how they work. They just try, like we are just trying to name them accordingly to the biological neuron, where we can see a number of different inputs with x1, x2, x3, and xn. These are the axons, and there we have these synapses, which are going to have different weightage on top of it. Like different input variables are going to have different weights, which are going to be automatically provided. Then we have the dendrites, which are going to be connecting these inputs to the soma. Soma is the place where the entire the process is going to happen. So what happens in this area, the weight is going to be provided to these different synapses or different informations which we have received, and then again it is going to be provided as an output to the other to another axons, and the same process goes on. The multiple layers of these artificial neurons provides a level of how will I say complexity or a support where the complex information can be broken down into different layers, and once this information is going to be broken down, it becomes easy for these neurons to process them. So as I said, humans have billions of neurons, and they process the information in the very similar fashion. We can develop, or we are developing actually, these artificial neurons in the very same way. They just works as the different functions which are dependent on each other. They initially solve the problems in such a way. I'm going to take the same example of the apple again. So initially, when we see the apple, we are going to divide it into a kind of fruit, and then once we are going to have a fruit, we are going to divide it into a test. This is an apple, but which breed of the apple we do not know, so that can be taken care of as well. And then the final output is going to have the entire information that there is a red apple and it is from this variety, and the size of this apple is this, and so on and so forth. It is very important for us to understand the artificial intelligence, what are the two factors on which it actually depends. So artificial intelligence depends on two things. First, that is the sensors, from which it is going to receive the information from the environment. It is going to perceive the information from the environment. Based on that, this question mark tells the computer system which is going to work on this information. There onwards, in the end, it is going to provide the output as an instruction or as a command to the actuators, which are going to actually perform the action in the real environment. So these sensors may can include the image sensor, the mic sensor, may can have the heat sensor, and so on and so forth. The actuators may can include the pick and place motors, the DC motors. It may can also include the lights, and so on and so forth. So basically, we can see these computer systems have two important parts. The artificial intelligence have two important parts: the sensors and the actuators. If it has to work in the real life. On the other hand, if there is a kind of mathematical problem, so just the mathematical inputs, or may can be the language based inputs are going to be part as the inputs, and outputs are going to be in the very same fashion. May can be the calculated output on the screen, or may can be automated voice. So based on this, we have a number of different target industries where we can see the use of the AI and the automation, which includes hotel, restaurants, and cafe, telecom, manufacturing, warehouse and logistics, hospitality, automobile, tour and tourism, real estate, IT and electronics, education, home and office, security, and fintech. These are just the name of few which we are actually including from many slides, but definitely these are not just the only one. We can actually have the use of AI and automation in a different number of other fields as well. So when we talk about the industrial automation, we can see there is just a very simple image where we can say this person is lifting up a huge amount of weight with the help of the machine. But we might have seen when there is no machine to lift this kind of weight, we have humans to do this work. And these are kind of repeated tasks which this human is going to do the entire day. But let's consider this machine is going to be smart enough to automatically pick up the object and going to drop at the same and the location where it is required. Otherwise, they are going to plan accordingly. Whenever there is a kind of inventory that is going to come, it is going to automatically take care of like where it has to place and how it has to place, what is the total amount, and so on and so forth. We just had seen the same kind of automation with the help of the barcodes on the products. When we scan the barcode, we can see the entire information of that system. So let's consider if we are going to have this kind of same entire system in the warehouse, the automation is going to actually decrease a huge amount of the human workload. Secondly, it actually saves the risk of getting injured by a human person, because we can see like when a human is working these dangerous tasks, definitely we may can have loss of human life as well. We can actually avoid the delay as well. The reason being, wherever the human resource is a part, it may can be the case we have to depend on these humans again and again. If the weather is changing, most of the people are going to be how will I say not in good health to do these kind of hard jobs. We have evaluated the market for the IoT, AI, and automation, and we can see that by 2030 there will be 20 billion devices which are going to be connected with the IoT, and they will be obviously smart devices. Secondly, we have seen the market reach by 2021; it's already $53.45 billion. We have evaluated that by 2017 it was only 45.8 billion. But by 2025 it may can reach 114. There are different types of wireless communication systems available these days. IoT includes Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, infrared, Li-Fi, Zigbee, and so on and so forth. We have also seen the Western world is not very satisfied with the automation and not very satisfied with the Western automation. The Indian people or the Asian people are not very satisfied with the Western products for the automation. The young generation is very much into the luxury living, and luxury living involves the automation for sure. So as you can see here, there are 4 people in the main team, the core team, as a founding team. So this is on top left, me myself, Ankit Gupta, and on the top right we have Ankush Kohli. Bottom left we have Prince Gupta, the co-founder, and the bottom right we have the Prashant Gautam as the co-founder. So it is a very important time for us. We are celebrating this new venture which we have recently, how will I say, incorporated in UK. That's the Space Orion. And we have a very clear view towards like we are going to work specifically in the space domain. We have our clear mission, vision, and values for the same. So with that, we got just want to provide the automation in the automation space industry as well. We are looking forward to use the hybrid fuel system so that we can actually support the environment in such a way that we will be saving our mother in the long run. The Space Orion dreams to support the companies to become the leaders in the space travel. So we can see there are a number of different companies which are looking forward to get into the space domain, but definitely they do not have the support, they do not have the knowledge, they do not have the understanding of the same. We are looking forward to work on this as they say same to make this vision possible for them. We aspire to become the leaders in the autonomous space travel, and we want the space travel to be as much as affordable that is possible. Space One values sustainable development. So we are going to work specifically on the sustainable development of the entire system. We are looking forward to add the automation so that it can make better decisions. I can reduce the human errors. So just for an example, the traveling from Earth to Mars can take months, and we do not want a human to provide any kind of human error so that the entire mission can be disrupted. We are looking forward to have the automation systems involved in the same case. So what makes Space One unique is like we are specifically working on the automation system. We are working on developing the prosthetics for those who have lost to the nature. We are trying to work on making the prosthetics as affordable as possible. We are specifically and very specifically working towards making the space domain accessible to everyone, so that we can provide the convertible systems, convertible vehicles to these people. The transportation these days is very difficult for day to day, like how let's say motion from one place to another. We are looking forward to add the air mobility in the same place. So here what we do, we generally used to work on the human-computer interaction. It's a kind of study in which we are trying to make computers accessible by the humans in such a way that humans are going to become the computers are going to become the part of the human day-to-day life. Obviously, we can see one of the computer that is always in our hand is the mobile phone. But yes, we are looking forward to make computers more accessible as a suit or as a supportable device to them. We are also working on developing the convertible systems for the future transportation. So now here onwards, I'm going to talk about the Orion. Orion is also part of the Space Station Automation Private Limited, which specifically deals in developing the automation systems. So Orion is obviously one of the part of the Space Station Automation Private Limited, which specifically works in agriculture, farming, livestock, home, office, automobiles, and developing developing the most affordable technology which can support the on-air automatic updates for the continuous connectivity. We are supporting the Make in India initiative, and we are looking forward to develop the in-house, the 100% in-house systems. Currently, we are obviously working on the microchip, which are, how will I say, imported from China, but very soon we are looking forward to work with the ISRO so that we can develop our own microchips for sure. We have our patented technologies, which include the prodigious hardware circuit designs alongside exclusive plug-and-play features, which are secured with the multi-level testing. So these are two devices, two products, Gen M and Gen S, which are specifically the switching and control systems, which are very flexible, that they can be introduced in all the different sectors, which we have discussed in the previous slides. The main aim is to support the residential and the commercial space. These are the standalone devices. That means they do not require any kind of third-party installation for that. It is highly secure. The reason being, it is going to be controlled only and only with the Orion's application and website. The application is already available on the App Store. Very soon it is going to be available on the Play Store, and the website is obviously going to be launched very soon. This system supports the continuous notification, which includes the application-based notification, SMS, and calls. The Space Orion is also having the sensor module in place, which supports the gesture sensing, humidity sensing, buzzer, fire alarm sensing, temperature sensing, light sensing, calling support. It also can support the heartbeat sensing, pulse rate monitoring, oximeter support, two-way calling. and there are so many other different sensors which we are going to add on top, and it is also customizable. That means if you have the requirement of any specific sensor, that can be added for sure. Our Gen Orion's mobile web app is also available. Here you can see the few glimpses of the same. On the left hand side, we have the website view of the same app. We have the tablet view, and at the same time, we have the mobile app, a mobile view for sure. We have a number of different features which makes us unique. We have the device scheduling feature. We have the bill prediction feature, which is going to allow you to predict the billing of the entire usage of your month or of your day, of your week, of your 10 minutes as well, of 10 minutes of electricity. You can also create sub-users and temp user support. This is a very important part where you can actually see that you can actually share the access with your family. You can temporarily share the access with any random user, which can be a delivery guy who is going to come at your home just for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, a day, a week. It may can be your, how they say, a paying guest to whom you want to share the temporary access of that specific flat. On the other hand, you have a number of different sensors which are supported by the system. You can actually add more on top. We are working on the power failure mitigation. Our system is backed up with the battery power supply. That means if someone is trying to like cut off your main power, the system is not going to turn off. Your security will still be up to 12 to 24 hours. So you must be thinking, as I said, that the system is standalone. It works with all the different kind of problems. Just for an example, most of the devices are connected with the internet. Our device works with the internet for sure. But if in case you do not have the internet, as we can see in the second part, our Gen M device is going to take place of the internet supportable device. It's going to provide the internet to the other devices. The entire mesh is going to work again. If in case there is someone who just try to like destroy one of your device, the entire system is going to find that there is one of the node that is missing, and because of this, the security alarm is going to start ringing again. So these kind of mesh system which automatically reheals itself to connect and tries to give you the information wherever you are, whenever you are accessing it, or whether you are available or not. It can actually connect with the nearby police station, your friends or your family, just to support you wherever you are. So it's a device which requires only three-step solution. Here we can see this video. So here we can see these three simple steps. You can just buy it. We are going to come and install the system. You do not need to have any upgrades or any change in the entire room and or entire place. We can just directly start controlling it. So what are the different problems which we are trying to like work out here is the security breach. We are also trying to remove the monopoly of this Western world so that you can actually entirely depend on your own. You do not need any third party. You do not need any monopoly from the Google or Amazon, so that you will not be dependent on these big industries. You might remember that when the Google was not working for half an hour, we all were very disturbed. If your Google account is going to be hacked, your entire home and entire place can be hacked. We do not want that as well. So that's why we are trying to remove, or we have already removed the dependency of these monopolies. You might have seen the automation already in the market. It is obviously very limited, but yes, the limited automation which is available, it's still very expensive. On the other hand, we are developing very affordable products which can cost you around only 5 to 8,000 per room. You might have seen there is no remote access. Most of these automation devices just works for a limited amount of area or distance, or if you do not have internet, it's not going to work at all. On the other hand, our solution works 24/7 without the internet as well. The most important problem is you always think about it is going to be very complex. You are going to require rewiring, renovation, or building a completely new house. No, in our case, it's just not required. You need to just buy it, and we are going to install, and it's not going to be any rewiring or any upgradation, or may can be any renovation that is going to be required. The or all the system is going to work just the way it was working, and now it is going to be working with our new system as well. You might have seen the Genran is also working in the how will I say, in the agricultural sector. We have also been to the Dubai Expo 2020 recently, where we have showcased our products for the farming facilities. We actually support like the electricity and water wastage, in which the system is automatically going to work in such a way that it is going to utilize the water and electricity in the most affordable and sustainable way possible. Secondly, the weather conditions are definitely very unpredictable in these days. We work on working out in the last moment, like how the system is going to take the better decision towards saving these crops. It has actually supported 20 to 30% of crops yield every year. We are also working towards the security, which may can include security from the trespassing, the security from the animals, wild animal security from these people who are trying to steal, security from these insects and pesticides. So all these kind of different security systems are embedded in our system. We are also supporting the animal husbandry, where we are developing the automatic feeding machines for the animals, health monitoring systems for them. Farm safety and trespassing alerts are going to be the part of the same entire system. There is a camera-based monitoring system which supports the AI-based monitoring, which allows the tracking of animals, their health, their physical activities, daily routine. Last but not least, we have the IoT-based husbandry control and monitoring system. So entire uh, place can be monitored and can be controlled virtually from anywhere. You must be thinking about what are different devices which are provided by the Genuine. So Genuine provides the health tracking device. Here we can see, so this device actually tracks the health of the animal. Like if the animal is suffering from any disease, definitely his body vitals are not going to be normal anymore. On the very same day when the vitals are not normal, this device is going to raise the how will I say, notifications and the alarms. On the other hand, we have the animal management device, which actually supports the managing of the entire animal fleet, wherever they are, how they are, what they are doing, and how they are doing. So we have a number of different testimonials which we have received. You can read them loud. Otherwise, I would like to emphasize on our allies. We have Funkinfo, Zilla Technologies, Startup India, MSME, Organic Modern, Hexapol, as some of the very important allies for us. These are some of the certifications which we have received so far. We are certified with the Startup India, ISO 9001 2015, GST, and MSME certificates. These are some of the glimpses from the Dubai Expo, which you can see here. We were also been to the Dubai Technology and Entrepreneurship Cell. But yes, for sure, we are not right now going to the Dubai for the entrepreneurship cell. On the left, where we can see a group of people, it is the Elevate 13, just like the how will I say the Shark India, where we have represented our idea, the products. So this is the Indian innovation bus with which we were traveling to the entire Dubai, showcasing our product. So yeah, that's all from my side. So here onwards, I would like Anmol to take it over and invite Dr. Sandhya for the further session.
Thank you so much, sir, for this enlightening information. We're glad to have you here.
Thank you. Anmol.
Now, along with that, I would like to invite Dr. Sandhya Ravi, who is a physiotherapist and also the CEO and founder of Kanan Physiotherapy Online, which is a provider of online physio consultation and therapy. Welcome you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Actually, my presentation will be shared by Ankit, I think so.
Yes, Dr. Sandhya, just give me a second. I'm just going
Yeah,
to start your presentation.
So until it opens, so I can give a little introduction about me. Uh, Basically, I'm from a small hometown called Ooty. It is an station in Italy. That's where I stay. So I'm into physiotherapy practice for more than 7 years. So before COVID, I was running my clinic, but after COVID, due to pandemic, as people can't travel, so there are so many other reasons which turned me to take the digital platform. So past 3 years, I'm practicing physiotherapy completely online, where I provide consultation on also physiotherapy services through online. So I hope we can start. So when it comes to automation in physiotherapy, even I was not aware that online physiotherapy is going to work until I tried it. So I may say thanks to COVID because that is the reason which made me to think about this platform.
Dr. Sandhya, sorry for interrupting, but it seems your voice is very, very low right now. I'm not
Can
sure
you
like
hear
that.
me now? Is it fine?
Yeah, it's fine now. It's fine now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I should say. That I should say thanks to COVID because if COVID has not, still I might be practicing in clinic, but that have given me a different thoughts to try the digital platform where uh, right now I feel it like than my clinical practice, the online consultation is going better and it's giving like more results compared to the physical platform. And I've seen the result from my clients as well. And right now, due to online physiotherapy, what are the positive sides I'm planning to say is anywhere they can take the consultation. They no need to travel personally to the clinic. There are many patients as physiotherapy is not like just meeting the doctor and take up medicine and go home and just continue with that. It's completely different. So they need a long term of therapy depends on the condition. So in that case, many avoid to come to the clinic or they may skip the sessions due to the travel and any other reasons. But as it's online, as they are going to do at the comfort of their home, I feel it like it's working better than that. I hope we can turn to the next slide. Okay. Next slide. Next slide.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to say that how it is going to work because who all will it be better. So if you're in a remote location or if you simply don't have time for traffic or you can't wait in a waiting room of a clinic or hospital, then online physio consultation is going to help you a lot. Online physiotherapy can be convenient and efficient way to manage injuries and guide your recovery. Past 3 years, I'm seeing my clients, and right now I'm mostly working with the entrepreneurs and working professionals. Due to the software, what I'm using, one is the language what it is there in English, but future even we are planning to come up with our own software where we can reach out to the rural areas with different linguistics available. In it. Yeah, next slide. Next slide. Yeah, so I'll let you know. Generally, you might be thinking that how this work much. If you have been to a physiotherapist, you think it's going to work only as an hands-on profession, so you have to go to the clinic. But actually, these are the myths. We have taken physiotherapy consultation process completely online. This means you can get your injury personally assessed and diagnosed via any combination. We use web forms, video consultation, and also secure messaging also. Then, as a physiotherapist, will formulate a rehabilitation plan specific to your needs and convey it to your computer via written report. It might be through email or it can be sent through WhatsApp as well. And there will be a link to your online video for your reference as well and to your smartphone or VR app. Even the tracking system is also available in that. So physiotherapy as a whole now has moved from reliance on complex machines and manual therapy. Right now it's completely away from this, and this can be converted surprisingly well. And there are so many evidence which says this is really possible as well. So, and rest assured, if you feel that for some cases you can never take physiotherapy digitally, so in that case, we will let you know that during what conditions or what kind of injury you have to visit the therapist personally in the clinic. So during that time, they can switch over to the physiotherapist and meet them personally in the clinic. I hope I'm audible.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
ma'am.
Yeah. So there are so much evidence related to telephysiotherapy and online physiotherapy, but it has been used in other countries for a quite a long time. But after COVID, right now, India has also started practicing. There are many therapists started practicing it, but still way more to go in this. Yeah, next slide, next slide. Yeah. So I'll say how the process works. So it is same as you get the consultation process and therapy, how you visit a clinic, but only it is going to be the online form or in a digital form. That's it. So first you will choose a recovery course, what suits your injury. Then there will be a question where we take you into the online consultation or through the web forms where you fill it, and we then will go with the assessment process. Then there will be a particular rehabilitation program will be planned and customized for you. Then you will receive it personally through email or through WhatsApp according to whatever is convenient according to the client. Then there will be follow up. The main uh, goal of the thing is we want to avoid the recurrence. So mostly we focus on sustainable recovery where we give more importance to the root cause, not the symptom. So when it comes to physiotherapy, generally people think physiotherapy is just relief pain. Actually, pain can be relieved even by taking a one piece tablet type of an. That is not how it works. So we are mostly we can call ourselves as a functional therapist. So we are here to bring your functions back. Example, if a client can't ride a bike due to pain, so making my client ride a bike is my goal. It is not like just reducing the pain. If someone can't sit for quite a long time, then making them sit for quite long. So right now, when you are aware that there are like there are most of the people who are working in the IT sector. So their work style is sedentary, so they have to work in front of them for quite a long time. And due to posture, there are so many problems they are facing. So making them sit and work for quite a long time be our goal, not just relieve them. So we're bringing the functions back to the person matters a lot. During that, when they get the functions back, automatically pain will get reduced. So that is how it works. Next, yeah. So this is how it will be looking. Once everything is over, we'll be sending you the PDF. So in that PDF, there'll be a clear description how the exercise to be done and how many repetitions to be done, how many seconds they have to hold, what are the rest period should be given, whether it should be done twice a day, how many weeks a day it should be done. And there will be a video link as well, which will take them to your YouTube video where after if they have any doubts in their exercise, they can go back and refer to the video. Yeah. Next. There is a tracking system also here. It differs from clients to clients. For some, accordingly, after our consultation and everything, we want them not to get more technical into it, or else like they may not be very sure about it. So if people are very comfortable with the technology, then we will send them the tracking also, where they can track the things. They can mention everything, whether they've completed the exercise, whether they've done the exercise, how many times the day they have completed, what is their pain level, everything will be entered so that we can track whether the patient is doing the exercise or not. Or else, like when there are, according to see, like only few patients who will send the tracking, we don't want to confuse them, so send the PDF. It differs from clients to next. As I was talking about online physiotherapy, this is one more. It's not online physiotherapy. This is going to happen clinical even. This is called hand rehabilitation glove. This is like most commonly used for patients with stroke. When a person is affected with stroke, the last uh, functions to gain their hand function, it takes quite long time because and having the grasping and fine motor activity. So this glove helps them to do these functions. So it is a robot glove, so it will help them to close their hands and open their hands. Even it have a fine motor activities also can be done with this machine. It is like an advancement in physiotherapy as this helps the person to get their work because hands are like very important. So in that case, these are the advancements which is there in physiotherapy. So as I'm talking for online physiotherapy, I want to mention what is the advancement in physiotherapy because I'm also working for an NGO where we particularly work with differently able people. So this is also quite important in the recent advancement, which is related to artificial intelligence, robotics. This all comes with the same automation. Yeah, the next one. I hope everyone knows about fitness tracker and smartwatches. So I hope like at least one person in a home right now having earlier like only one phone are available right now. Everyone have the fitness trackers and smartwatches as we are leading towards healthy lifestyle after this COVID. I feel it like that because then before pandemic and after pandemic, I see like, more or focus towards the healthy lifestyle where they want to track their eating habits, whether they drink water regularly, whether they do they don't sit for quite long time. These accessories are the even I use it for myself. Like it's real health. These are the technology based helping us to move towards a healthy lifestyle. Thank you. So I want to clear some few things about the physiotherapy myths as well. There are generally people think going to physiotherapy, what is the they're gonna teach only exercises, what is the big deal about it? But the thing is, even how your medicine as a dosage. If your doctor advise you to take 5 grams of tablet, you have to take 5 mg. If you take a 10 mg, it's going to be overdosage. Same like if you take less than that, so it's under dosage, no use. Same like that, exercise also have a dosage where if you follow properly, it is fine. If you overdose, it will strain your muscle a lot. If you underdo it, it is not going to work as it's not going to bring out the result. So only the therapist being studied, not just physiotherapy, they have gone through all the clinical part. They learn all the medical subjects. They know how the things work, what the medical conditions, what exactly to be referred to that particular client. So everything will be customized according to that. If a person wanna run, only if he practice running, it's going to help them win the medal or win the race. The same thing, each and every muscle should be trained in a different way. So for that, the best person as an expert to go to be the physiotherapist. And there are more chances to avoid the surgery. There are few wear and tear happens in our aging process, but the functional properties or the functions which you are going to get, your walking, using your hands, everything is done by your muscle. So your muscle can be trained only with the exercise. But what exercise to be done for that particular activity, for that particular muscles to gain strengthen, to bring the flexibility, to bring the cardiorespiratory endurance, to bring the balance and coordination, and to bring the neuromuscular coordination. Each and everything is completely understood by the physiotherapist and will be helping you to get better in your recovery process. So every time, if someone is asking you to go for surgery, always go to a physiotherapist and confirm. There are more chances you no need to get under the operation table. So there are more chances to avoid that, more chances to avoid the surgery. So right now, no one wants to get or go into the surgery. So when there is an option, always it's better to try. Then if there is no other go, then they can go to surgery. Yeah, thank you. If you have any questions, you can ask me.
Yeah. So thank you so much, ma'am, for the wonderful description. We're glad you can join us today. I think we can open the panel now for questions and answers. If anyone has questions, please you can type them in the comment box or ask them by unmuting yourself. You have the rights. Ankit sir, you mute.
But, dear all, if you have any question, please let us know. We have Dr. Veena here. We have Dr. Fatima here from the last session. We had like I think our fifth session with Dr. Fatima. Uh, so Dr. Fatima, if you have any question, please let us know. We will be really glad to answer that. Deveshwari, I hope you must be having something to talk about as well. Yes, I think Dr. Fatima just turned off
Hello,
the mic.
hello, good evening, Dr. Sandhya, Mr. Ankit, and Mr. I think Anmol. So it's glad that I heard your both of your presentations. It was really good. On automation, this is the second time I think I have watched your this presentation for your company. But Dr. Sandhya, I would like to ask one question from you. As you have said that how physiotherapy online it can help through automation.
Yeah.
So sometimes we need physiotherapy with the machines. I agree with you that the way and it's a good option for the people who are not able to reach to the physiotherapist by physically for some or other reason. But how when we need some type of machines is required, especially for the physiotherapy, we need some machine sometime, like as I have experienced in the 1.5 year last 1.5 year I had the problem with the shoulder pain and some foot problem. So most whenever I used to go for the physiotherapy, they were using the machine, and also I brought it to the Kuwait also, and it is with me right now. So I'm using that. That is a stimulator, we can say. That is something like it will help to circulate the blood in the muscles when it is continuous paining even after you are taking the tablets. Also you are doing the exercise will not work out sometime. So how you are going to help by physical by online?
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, when you talk about stimulator, actually, it is going to stimulate the nerve pathway where it is going to take you through the pain pathway and it help you to remove the pain relieving hormone. That is your dose. So that is how the pain is getting relieved. So when it comes to generally, if patients are at home, we refer them to go to contrast bath where we ask them to do with the ice fermentation and hot fermentation, even that gives the same relief. So this also works with the same pain pathway. So generally, it's been like quite long time we have been used with modality. But if you want for a sustainable recovery, right now the people don't want it to continue back. Okay, so in that case, the functional parameters of the muscle should be taken care. Once your functional parameters of the muscles are normal, so then it will be easy that you will not get that problem in the future. So you no need to take the stimulation again and again whenever you have the pain. And one more thing I want to talk is example. If right now people are talking about ergonomics, right? So they talk about ergonomic desk, ergonomic chair, and everything. But the main problem with the person is posture. So if they don't correct their posture and still they use the ergonomic, that is so that is how. So the pain can be relieved in a different way, but bringing the functional back matters a lot for the sustainable recovery and not to get the recurrence. I hope this answered. If you have still doubt, you can ask me back. No problem.
No, it's okay. As you said, what you have said is the right, but sometimes in immediate that only exercise will not work out. For example, if you suffering from some type of some sort of extreme muscle pains are there, but I think that will not just work with the exercises. Initially, we need to take some treatment through the physiotherapy machines. Then slowly, for a long term should not come back again the same type of pain. That time online physiotherapy will sure help it.
Ma'am, recently I had a patient from Pune. The person was having stress fracture. Okay, So if a person is having a fracture or a plate, there is contraindication of using machines also. Okay. So it is not generally people who are always gone with the therapist and haven't taken machine. It is like a neuro work what's happening in the brain. Only if I take the machine, it's going to relieve my pain. uh, uh, and the exercise what we're using also, it is not going to make them pain. There are isometric exercises. There are few exercises which is going to help them to increase their strength and flexibility and without increasing their pain. So we start with the basic protocol, then we go with the progressive protocol, and then we go with the advanced protocol, which will not make the patients suffer the pain. At the same time, it will help them increase their function at the same time reducing their pain also. So we go with the proper protocol. So the protocol is called PPPH protocol. That's the protocol have been designed by an Indian physiotherapist only. That is the protocol what I'm using personally in my uh, physiotherapy practice. So until now, my patients earlier they have gone with different physiotherapists and they have taken physiotherapy modalities, but after continuing the protocol, there is no need for them to go to the therapist for modalities, anything. Uh, uh, as you said, using the machines. I have a patient suffering with chronic neck pain for past 10 years, but after going with the protocol, she was using neck collar. But once we started our session online, within 6 weeks, she used our neck collar. So we have to see a pain is just a symptom. So if we follow the root cause, example, if we go towards healthy lifestyle, automatically weight loss is going to be the same thing. Once we increase the functional parameters of the muscle, automatically relieving pain will be the bonus to that.
Thank you for your answer. But for example, if we have done some MRI
Yeah.
for any, because mostly muscles and nerves is based on the MRI, because sometimes X-ray will not work out in that. So how you are going to diagnose that MRI report?
So, right now, according to them, mostly for us, MRI reports will come with their low back pain issues and also their neck issues. Okay, so it might be to do this bulged out this left spondylolisthesis. So by looking at that, we know, and even there are nerve impingement. It looks like sciatica, but even piriformis syndrome also mimics the same. There are little bit the signs and symptoms vary. And right now in India, each and every report comes with a clear description of the report, exactly in which root cause they are having the issue. So we read the report and we can read the film also. But as already we are getting the report with the full description, we go through that and we just don't rely on the report. We do the assessment whether it is really because of the structural problem or it is because of the muscle problem. So only when we confirm with a proper assessment of physiotherapy, there are different physiotherapy assessment, basic, special, everything. Once we confirm that this is the right, something in structurally there might be a problem, but that is not giving the symptoms. So only when we assess will confirm that. After that, the therapy goes.
We also have Dr. Dua here. Hopefully, he might can add something on top of it as well. Dr. Dua, are there? Yeah, I think he's no longer on the call.
I think he disconnected due to some issue.
Okay, it's completely fine. So, Dr. Devashpati ji, would you like to share something here on here onwards on the same?
Thank you, Mr. Ankit. Actually, Dr. Dua left. Maybe because of some emergencies. Uh, Thank you, Sandhya. Dr. Sandhya, it was really nice. Sorry. It was really nice. The presentation was very energetic. Okay, and the thing is, I have also published one book which Mr. Ankit is going to say about the same. So let me just give the just I'm just going to show the glimpse of it. So that we can further move accordingly. Okay, thank you, Dr. Sandhya. It's wonderful. The questions, everything is, you have handled the automation part very nicely. How it is fruitful for us. Definitely, we are looking forward, like you people, doctors, who can come forward with our the space station, and we are taking handling with the doctors, specifically Dr. Dua, and we are inviting you also the same. Mr. Ankit will talk about the same. Talk about it, right? Mr. Ankit, please take it forward.
Yeah. So, Dr. Devashmita ji have like wrote a book about the.
I'm not a doctor. Sorry, you are making me doctor.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. I understand. Just give me a second. I think I need to stop share. Okay, so let me just show the
I want
link.
to mention one more thing I forgot to mention. Sorry, I have WhatsApp too. Can you just check it?
Yeah, I just checked that. Just give me a second. Let me like share a screen for the same. Yep, I hope my screen is visible.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this is the glimpse from the Devashmita ma'am's book. So automation, IoT, AI in physiotherapy, where she is basically talking about the like how physiotherapy can be taken care of with the help of the automation. Here we can see an image where this machine is helping this person and how this automation can help. And I really request here onwards to Dr. Devashmita ji to continue this discussion about her book here onwards.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Ankit, for giving me this opportunity. Yeah, I have. Can you just go to the next slide? This is what, my book called Automated Home-Based Physiotherapy. Okay, Dr. Sandhya was talking about how to do it from home only. Okay, so I have mentioned some points here, that is how physiotherapy can be replaced by robotics. Okay, sometimes, as we know, after this outbreak of this pandemic, right, COVID-19, people are not willing to visit to someone's home without knowing if the person is supposed, this happens with me only. When I was suffering from COVID, the person who was there to collect the sample, no, he was standing just far off because he is getting scared that he might get it. So for this precaution, if we are sending the robotics in this case, so this is a part which I have mentioned about it. So I would request Dr. Sanya also to please go through this book and give your commitment, the reviews over there. Okay, so that it will be helpful. Yeah, thank you. It will be helpful for the people to understand about the physiotherapy and how it can be happening. The next, I have spoke about the social room. Yeah, okay. So this that was the content which I have mentioned previously, and now what exactly how automation can help in the physiotherapy. First here, it decrease the pain, increase muscle strength, decrease inflammation, decrease joint stiffness, decrease soft tissues, means tightness, and heal bones. Yeah, next slides, please. Because, yeah.
I think next slide.
Next slide I have already mentioned, that is going through this means at a home comfort, how you can get the whole means facilities of this physiotherapy with the help of the robots or even the psychotherapist, not the psychotherapist, from the physiologist, psychotherapy, right? Uh,
Physiotherapy.
from the physiologist itself.
Physiotherapy.
Physiotherapy.
Yeah.
So sorry, I've lost the word. Anyways, this is the thing, and I guess this book can help many people to get into this. And I'm also planning to publish the book with a collaboration with Space Station with Mr. Ankit. So in the previously, I would request Dr. Sandhya to just to read this book, understand, and just give us a review so that we can put it forward to the next patient and everyone. Even the next person can understand it and they can purchase the product.
Right.
Sure, sure. I'll do
So I'm just going to share the link of this book in the comment section as well. Anyone who would like to move forward and would like to read about this book can definitely go forward with that. Yeah, let me
Thank
share
you.
the.
I want to add one point which I
Yeah, sure, sure. Yes. Yeah.
think that for physiotherapy means for particular joint 4 or 5 exercises, there different therapists follows a different protocol, but 5 to 10 exercises is not going to help them to bring the sustainable recovery. So the protocol what we use if the patient is having a back pain, at least there are how many exercise we teach is around 120 exercises. It start with basic, progressive, and advanced. That is the reason it is going to bring them the sustainable recovery where they'll not get the recurrence. So it will completely concentrate on each and every muscles around that joint, which help them to bring all the functional parameters back to that person, which will help them to reduce the pain and also make them functionally fit to doing their day-to-day activities and also to do their work as well. So, and one more thing is, I will uh, put my website details and also my phone number in the chat. So, if someone wanna contact or go and check my website, they can have a look at it.
Sure. We also have Captain Naman Kumar here as well, and he is a pilot. And I personally feel like after hours of flying, we used to feel some stiffness as well. So I remember like whenever I used to fly for longer hours, I used to feel the stiffness, and I think somehow he lost the connection. I just wanted to let him discuss about the same kind of stiffness we generally used to have during the long hours of flying. I think he just joined again. So yeah, Mr. Naman, is it possible like if you can share this like how do I say it, this kind of a condition that happens for long hours of like flying into the low pressure conditions?
Here, if you wanna get an answer from that person, or you want to
Yeah, I just want to put him some like discuss about this topic. This is my personal views about it. Like when I used to travel, and he is a captain. He used to travel on a daily basis. I'm not sure like if some it happens for a person on a regular basis, or it's just for a person who used to travel once in a while.
here, just I want to give a short thing about it. Here, example, if a person is working in training system for quite long time, mostly is like getting strained and back. But it's here. There is at least 2 minutes break we can take in between. But from our younger age, we have been trained in a way when you work, keep everything nearby you. Due to that reason, we don't move around. Actually, moving around is good for our body. Due to this habit, we don't move around. And we have been in that position for quite long. So we overuse few muscles and we underuse many. So there is
Yes.
an balance created in. So only when we work on the other muscles which have been under you, so that will create an impact. So whenever there are so many prevention techniques ways it's not lead us to have that problem at all. But we always forget that by saying that I don't have time to do that and people think that these all jargons you have been used quite a long
Right,
quite
right, right.
yeah. So example, if I'm using my mobile phone for quite a long time, after an hour and at least if I can take my head back at least 3 to 4 times, that is going to create a balance. But we never do that. We
We
be
never
in that
do that.
for quite a long time and we don't do that. These are the reasons which end up you to go to the doctor or to the therapist, whatever it is. Everything is prevented. Even we know we have to take healthy food, but till when we don't have time, we keep food outside, which leads to bad stomach, all this. So each and everything is preventable. Only thing is maybe we are not aware of that process and maybe we are not being taught in that. There are different things. So only when they approach an expert, they'll be the first thing to give a patient is educating the person. So only when you educate about the person about them, so why it is happening, how it is happening, whether what all the things you are doing right, what the things you are doing wrong. So if you change this thing, then it is going to help them. And when it comes to pain, it is not only physical or medical. There are your psychological factors involved, there is your social factors involved. When you're having pain and you don't get support from your family, also, even that is your stress factor, even it may increase your pain. There are particular conditions where patients get numb just because of psychological factors too. Yeah, there are so many reasons when it comes to pain. So only when a patient, we make them understand why it is happening in their life, how they can handle it. So we have to take in a holistic approach, just relieving the pain and just particularly to that condition. If you work on it, is not going to give them the holistic relief, okay? And the whole problem will not. Again, they may get better in future. So each and every part of their life have to be taken care, because we are an social animal where emotional factors plays an important role in it. So these factors also matters a lot. We are
Got it. Got it.
Hi, hi, hello, hello, hello.
Yes, yes, Mr. Naman. We were just waiting
Yeah,
for you to speak up.
yeah, actually, I was listening to the ma'am, and like it was quite obvious we are getting a lot of back pain as well during not only on long hours of flight, on short hours of flight as well, because the seats are of standard size only.
Right.
So for some of the uh, I can say heighted person, it is quite well good. And for me, like it is short, it is not comfortable that much. So, and I also do bodybuilding as well. So while on the day when I do the back portion, so my lower back hurts a lot. Is there any solution? Is there any type of stretching? And I got many time, many times I got some cramps as well in my lower back while during flying only.
So I think pilots are not saved with that problem. I was thinking about this, that this definitely the pilots used to have faced this problem. So yeah.
Due to this, I was also facing some cervical problem as well few times ago, but now it is okay.
that is what I want to say. So your inner body, everything is interconnected. So it starts with your cervical, it ends with your so automatically when you are bad posture in your back, automatically it is going to get a bad posture in your neck also. So if you are having pain in your right hand, there is more chances you get pain in your left hand. So it is all symmetric. So in case the reason, there are two reasons. One is symmetry, so there is more chances you may get the pain in the other hand. The other reason is when you have pain in one hand, so automatically you're going to the other hand quite a lot. So automatically the stress the other hand is increased, which may need to be. As you said about your back, you have to center your core. So core doesn't only involve your back, lower back. It also involves your front part. Example, your abdomen should be taken care of. As already things are doing body building, you do what kind of diet, what kind of exercise you are doing, proper stretching, so you're doing the there are so many reasons which may lead to this particular condition. One thing, when we take a real assessment of, and then we can give a particular solution. And sometimes we always learn wrong methods when we don't know whether we are doing the right method or even that takes is trained. So there are a lot of things which may lead to this particular condition. But the solution is going to be the same. There is no much difference. But if we find out the cause, why does it exactly happen, what is where you're going from. Once that is identified, it is going to come out of that problem.
Yeah, it's kind of sorted somehow, but anyhow, I have to look at it. Actually, I also consulted a doctor as well in the Sports Injury Institute in this Safdarjung Hospital. So they said the same thing, like I have to do some stretching before flying as well, and every time I have to stretch my body, like while going to gymming and somehow doing any activity.
Yeah, there are few stresses which might be in our travel when particularly focus on back, which you that when you sleep can be feel better. But there are that's what I said. There are different exercise should be followed to strengthen your core. That's what I said. No, sometimes the patient comes, but also you should come and shall I follow? and I'll tell them like, this 120 be done. I can teach you in a day, but it's possible for you to do it. And that's why we are splitted step by step. First, we should start with step one. Without starting step, we cannot do step 100. So if we do that, it's not possible. From step one to step 10, also we can't keep our leg. So that is how it is. So when you start a process step by step, so in the end, the recovery is so more thing is about the prevention and also to strengthen each and every muscle in that area.
All right, it's really helpful. Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, Dr. Sanya, I have one question. As a psychologist, right, I have come to know that various people are having different type of stresses. Okay, so through physiotherapy, we help them to reduce the stresses. Do we have any exercises or anything related to it that can help them to reduce the stress?
Best stress reliever exercise your breathing technique. So whenever you feel anger, whenever you feel fear, whatever stress you're facing, automatically
Yeah,
go to breathing.
your voice is. I can't hear your voice, Dr. Sanya.
Me well now? Is it fine?
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So then what I suggest my patient whenever they are feeling stressed, I always ask them to do the deep breath. Okay.
Okay.
So whenever they start with deep breathing, it is just 6 counts. So by doing 6 counts, if there is particular in that count, when you do that, automatically your stress level comes down. See, when your stress is high, automatically your heartbeat will get higher, your BP will, your pressure will be higher, everything goes up. So when you do deep breathing, automatically you're making your mind to calm down. Then you can think clearly. Your stress level also will come down. So that is how. So the best thing is your breathing exercise. They can start if they do pranayama regularly and they do meditation, things to calm down their stress.
I
And
would
also,
like to add one point if you give me a permission.
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
sure.
yes, please, please.
See, the same thing what Debasmita has asked you about the stress. And I think now 4 months for me. Uh, from the March I have started because the time was the Ramadan time and I had severe sciatica pain. I was not able to find out whether what type of pain I have, but I know that for a 1 month prayers I have to sit and so many activities we have to go around. Also, we will be dehydrated because we cannot able to take the water also. So at the same time, I have taken the decision and I've started yoga. There was a very difficult to start the yoga because the time was a main problem, and in your time when you are not able to take the water as well as food, you are not able to perform the yoga properly. Even then, I have taken this decision and a very quick, and I started yoga. For me now 4 months. So I what I suggest is it will not help only to reduce the stress, but it will completely cure your body, each and every muscle flexible. Now my 99% sciatica pain has gone, and my whole body, wherever whatever the pain was there, it's completely reduced. My stress level is reduced. Also, I am getting very good sleep. There's a big transformation I have found through the yoga, physiotherapy, because everything I have done now, I realize there are only few differences in the physiotherapies deal with the particular type of problems. Yoga is also deal with the problems, but sometimes general yoga will also work 50 to 60% to cure the problems. But if it will take it to the longer run, deep breathing and all pranayam different types, and especially there's kapalbhati is 100% help to reduce the stress. Also, it will help to complete blood circulation in the body. So our main problem will start only when there is no blood circulation, or where there is some type of toxins are getting stuck. This is what the doctor said. Whenever there is a problem in the blood circulation and the purification of the blood is not clear good, then you will have a lot of problems because of our eating and of our lifestyle and drinking habit. So this is my one point which I would like to add from my own experience, which I have practicing for 4 months now. It become a part of my life, and I never ever leave the yoga. So this is one of the very good practice. If we do, I don't think that we may have, even if some problems are there, it is a chronic, but with the time it will go, because my shoulder pain was for me from the time when I was doing PhD. It was registered like it will, I thought that now it will not go, but it went within 1 month because of the yoga practices.
Ma'am, as you said, actually more similar because even I think that from yoga might be physiotherapy would have gone because yoga is a very traditional practice in Indian medicine, and what they call it in a Western term might be a physiotherapy. I'm also a yoga instructor. As you said, the pain relief. As I talk about the sustainable recovery and long-term physiotherapy, that happens the same. When a person goes for physiotherapy for shorter period, only taking the modalities and other things, uh, it is just going to be the short-term relief. So that is why I insisted more on exercises. When they are doing it, as you said, you started doing exercise, even pain was there, automatically pain. Whenever you start doing exercises, the pain relief will be the bonus to that. So when we are doing a kind of course for a 1 month, 2 months, so generally we have the things, something if you follow for 21 days, it's going to become a habit. Right now, as you said, you followed for 4 months. Right now, you don't skip your yoga. As you eat and as you eat. The same thing only in physiotherapy also we practice when we make sure the patient is following something for a month or more. Automatically it is going to be your daily routine. If not going to give it, that is the reason they have a system to take it. They have a request. Yeah.
So I think it's time that Anmol take it over. Anmol?
Thank you, Dr. Sandhya. Actually, nice explanation. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Sandhya.
This was really a great discussion, and along with the question and answers. Yeah. So along with that, let's move forward to the vote of thanks.
Just
Being
a minute. I wanna thank Deepika and Ankit for giving me this opportunity. Uh,
No, no,
Thank
no.
you. The connect that Maria came to. I think we connected. We came up with this show. Thanks a lot for connecting Ankit and also calling me as a speaker.
Yeah,
And
we are always there. So don't worry, me and Ankit and total space stations are there with you. We are also already Dr. Dua and you are there in our team. So
Right.
we are, and please, before ending, Anmol, I would request Mr. Ankit is to give us a small glimpse. Thanks, we are honored, and to both the doctors, Dr. Dua and Dr. Sandhya, for giving us the project, right? And means we are there to work with them in a short period of time, right?
Right, 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 right. Some rest indeed. We are very, very thankful. Dr. Dua, he provided us with his project of it's a very noble project in which he is looking forward to develop the system which can help all the needy people, the people who are looking for the last minute emergency support. Dr. Sandhya is actually working on developing a portal which can actually have the Indian language supports instead of just having the English, where she as a doctor and patient can actually get together and have like real time information for them available. So yeah, that's a really good noble cause, I specifically say, from both the doctors, and I'm really grateful to connect with the doctors here, those who are doing great job. Dr. Fatima is working in developing the clean water system, and yes, so it's a really an honor to connect with these people who are actually working for the sustainable environment, for the people who are in need. And yes, it's actually something really special I feel about this specific show, where we are having people who are having the positive thoughts about changing the society in the best possible way.
yeah, I wanna leave. I'll connect you next time. Sorry for leaving earlier. Uh, but thanks a lot for giving me this opportunity to present it. Thank you.
Yes, yes, Dr. Sonia, thank you.
I would request Dr. Sandhya just tell us because you have been from the last This you could just give us some testimonials. How do you feel about the ambience, and would have you miss if and the last Dr. Dua was there? Have you learned from him anything? And what was the enlightenment? Just give us a small just. And then Anmol will end up the session. Sorry,
Yeah.
Ms. Ankit, I'm just taking the time. Sorry for it.
Yeah, last time, like even when it comes to dentistry, I didn't have much knowledge about it because even physiotherapy, I was not sure 3 years back automation is going to help, and I'm going to do online physiotherapy from my end. Because even in my college practice, it's always been thought physiotherapy is something physical. So the physical presence is like very important. I don't know whether it is due to that word physical, but only when I started practicing, I know these things are really possible where we can connect anyone from anywhere in the world, and any person can take physiotherapy at their convenient time, and they can have their physiotherapists even when they go for a trek, even they go for a trek. Example, it is an online consultation. Suddenly, if they are on a trek, have a muscle strain, they can connect to me or text us. So it's that kind of easy. Earlier, going and waiting in the clinic and everything, it really takes a lot of time. And in dentistry also, I was not very sure, but last time after listening to her, yeah, there are each and every profession where automation. That is really great to know. And right now, compared to us, the future generation is going to be boom in this industry because for a
Indeed, indeed.
little time for us to understand.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm not a techie, even sitting in front of the system. That is how I have been. But COVID made me realize, no, I have to do something related to this, or else I'm going to be out of this origin. so, so something is making us forceful to get inside. So then later, once I started practicing, I started enjoying it. But I'm not as fast as the younger generation. But I'm trying my best to understand technology as much as possible. So we have to thank. There was something that is possible. So
Right.
Indians, it will take little more time, but surely the Indian market is the biggest market, and where yeah, all the children and the future generation is also quite interested in. Because my daughter operates mobile phone better than me. Until now, I don't know most of the games what she. Still, don't know to play Temple Run. I don't know to play Candy Crush. That is how we come and take. But right now, children are going to do something great in this field. Already, they are more into it, and I hope this is going to. Yeah, everything are positive and negative. So we have to take the positive side, negative side, whatever things we can avoid. We have to know negative words. Only then we will know. Only when we do mistakes, we know what the so
Right.
I really uh, all the best towards the future and what you are doing with the countries and what you are doing. I wish my prayers and wishes are always. I wish you abundance.
Thank you. Anmol, please
And
continue.
Great
yeah, sure.
of the talking to her. She only made me
So
to get
Just
platform.
a second, I think Dr. Sunday is saying something.
No, no, I'm saying thanks to Dipnita. She is an great inspiration.
Yes, indeed. Devi Shweta is very, very sincere about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks a lot.
okay, so I think we can now move to the vote of thanks. Being a team member of the firm, I would like to express my gratitude to the wonderful team and company's work culture. Also, a special thanks to our chief guests, Dr. Sandhya, Mrs. Debeshmita Basu, Mr. Ankit Gupta, and also Dr. Ravindra Kumar Dua, who also joined us, and and Mr. Naman Kumar Bharti, and all the other participants for joining this wholesome event and making it so wonderful. Before ending the session, I would like to invite you all to our weekly sessions on every Saturday at sharp 7 to 8 p.m. You can join us at the same link where your presence will provide us with the valuable support to design more interesting products for the automation industry. Looking forward to seeing you again at your very own The Orion Show. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anmol, and thank you all for joining today. I hope to see you again in the next session, which is definitely going to be again very interesting about the brain waves and how we can control the robotics with the help of the brain waves. We will have Dr.
Rizwan Zafar, Dr. Rizwan Zafar with us, and he will be enlightening us with this fruitful information about how the brainwaves can support the humans to achieve the endeavors and control the robotics and control the entire machine with just the brain waves. Like we do not need to use our hands anymore, and definitely it will be a really informative session. And I'm personally very much interested in the same, and I hope you will be enjoying with this session as well. Thank you all. Thank you all for joining.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a nice day ahead.